please enthusiastically sing the Kirtan. Can you take care of the camera? When Maharaj comes, you come down. Until then, just keep covering you.
Krishna Krishna Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Pansha Prabhu Vishnu Prabhu Sindhu Patikanam Kavati Vishnu Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Can everybody please sit down, please? Hare Krishna. Please everybody settle down. Will someone switch on the AC here?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Let us all welcome His Holiness Indradyumna Swami Maharaj with three loud and enthusiastic Hari Bol! Let's also welcome the both instrument and dedicated servants of Maharaj who are traveling with Maharaj everywhere, and we got the opportunity of having them here. For all the servants of Maharaj, three loud and enthusiastic Hari Bol! Do we really feel we need introduction of Maharaj here? Yes, but still we need. I would like to say a few words, if you permit me, Maharaj. My name is Indradyumna. I'm just a servant here, representing all of them here. We opened this center 6 months ago. His Holiness Maharaj came and opened this center here. Very fortunate. And our arrival here is so inconceivable, Maharaj, I can't even believe. I personally, Maharaj, was inspired by your servant, Vijay Gopal Prabhu from America. He used to be my very close associate in Atlanta. So I always desired to have your darshan. This is the first time I'm having Maharaj. I'm so grateful. Hari Bol. I'm joking when I talk about Maharaj. Okay, let me take 2 breaths. And when I used to hear Chaitanya Charitamrita, I'm telling my personal thing. When I used to hear Chaitanya Charitamrita, every time I used to hear about Vakreshwar Pandit, who used to dance for 16 hours, 32 hours. I could never understand how can somebody dance for 32 hours. And those are the initial days in Krishna consciousness. But every time I saw Maharaj festivals in Woodstock and Maharaj festivals in Vrindavan and Maharaj festivals in other parts of the world, I would always remember that Vakreshwar Pandit, maybe, reflection, maybe mercy coming in our generation, which we can see in the form of His Holiness Indradyumna Swami Maharaj. And I would like to say one thing, is that there used to be a very great devotee called Devanand Pandit. And he was a great scholar of Vedas. He was a great scholar of Srimad Bhagavatam. He used to give lots of classes. But he committed offense against Srimad Bhagavatam. And finally, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also chastised him, that I bear the Bhagavatam in your hands. But he could not understand. But finally the day he served Vakreshwar Pandit, when he saw Vakreshwar Pandit dancing, and Devanand Pandit could understand what is devotion to Srimad Bhagavatam. He fell at the feet of Vakreshwar Pandit, and because Vakreshwar Pandit was dancing for such a long time, his feet maybe were aching, and that chance Devanand Pandit took to go and massage his feet. And as soon as he massaged the feet of Devanand Pandit, Vakreshwar Pandit, Devanand Pandit understood what is devotion. And Prabhujis and Matajis, no matter what Vedas we read, no matter how much we learn Sanskrit, no matter what scholarly seminars we give, unless we serve the lotus feet of a pure devotee, there is no hope of devotion, there is no hope of going back. We have the pure devotee here. We are so fortunate that he is here. Let us all take this opportunity to pay our obeisances directly from our heart, because we need Maharaj's blessings to get what Devanand Pandit got that day. How many of you want that kind of blessing? So let's be very attentive here today. And Maharaj is also launching his book. At the end, Maharaj will speak a little about the book. And how many want to leave your body in Vrindavan? Lift your hands. Okay, so the Vrindavan is 2,500 rupees, it's outside. You have to keep in your house. So please, everybody take the Vrindavan book. The Forest of Vrindavan is a new book. We have limited stock here. So if you don't want to leave your body in Vrindavan, that's different. But Vrindavan is right there. So it's going to be brought here at the end of the lecture. Please take this opportunity. It's also an opportunity to take signature of Maharaj. So please, let's take the next few minutes to hear from Maharaj, which I am personally very eager to. How many heard the memories of Srila Prabhupada told by Maharaj here? Anybody? I have heard all of them, Maharaj, and I have heard many times. And your stories of in the flight with Prabhupada, you taking the suitcase at the end, and when it got delayed, and the pastime of you taking a major general, some army person to Prabhupada and reading the 9th chapter. These all pastimes are just stuck in the mind. If there is an opportunity of 10 minutes, Maharaj, please share some pastime of with Prabhupada also. That's possible. Thank you, Maharaj. So without any more delay, let's welcome His Holiness Indradyumna Swami Maharaj and all his wonderful disciples here with 3 loud and enthusiastic Haribol!
Yeah, man. Just say.
AC Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Now Mr. Maharaj Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj Bhakti Gori Maharaj Committee Maharaj Haridas Committee Bhakti Maharaj Prabhu Nityananda Dvaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shadakun Bharakun Giri Govardhan Shri Gachibowli Shri Bhakti Hallelujah Bhakti Devi Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Swami Maharaj ISKCON Giri Prabhupada Save the whole world Bharati Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Glory to the Saint. Glory to the Saint. Glory to the Saint. Glory to Guru. Glory to Guru. Kirtan forever.
His Holiness Indradyumna Swami Maharaj ki! Indradyumna Swami Maharaj ki! Holiness Indradyumna Swami Maharaj ki! Srila Prabhupada ki! Jai Gaur Premanand! थोड़ा थोड़ा ईश्वर बोलिए next time.
Om Agyan Siddhamdasya Vinayanaşalakaya Chaksurmini Tasmai Sri Gurudaya Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manavishtam Kapitam Janagurudaya Swayamrupakadhavayam Jnantisvara Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Shri Vasudev Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When the devotees asked our Srila Prabhupada what his spiritual master was like, this is saying eloquence is truth spoken concisely. So Prabhupada could go on, I'm sure he could have gone on for many hours describing the glories of his spiritual master, but eloquence is truth spoken concisely. He said, what can I say? He was a Vaikuntha man. He was a Vaikuntha man. And everybody got chills. It says it all. So, like father, like son, is that saying. Here in India, I see sometimes you have signs, Agrawal and Sons. It's like so many signs, and sons and sons. So, one time I was sitting in Darshan with Prabhupada, and one of my godbrothers, he was new. And he said to Prabhupada, he was really excited, he said, Prabhupada, I want to be just like you. And we all went, oh, you can't go. You can't equate yourself with Srila Prabhupada. But Prabhupada took it differently. He said, yes, The teacher wants the student one day to come and teach. So the spiritual master invites all the qualities that we admire. In fact, you choose your spiritual master because, isn't it? You see in us the best devotee. And you like his example and you like his teachings and his instructions. So to come in contact with someone like Srila Prabhupada, not there even in millions and billions of lifetimes. Very rare. Janaka Pandit says in his Niti Shastra that you cannot find rubies in every mountain. You can't find sandalwood in every forest. You can't find a pearl on the head of every elephant. Neither can you find a spiritual teacher in every lifetime. Do you have rubies in the mountains here? Have you seen a pearl on the head of an elephant? Have you seen, do you have sandalwood trees? Nice word. So similarly, one doesn't come in contact with the pure devotee. Actually, Prabhupada, one of his godbrothers, Sridhar Swami, Prabhupada admired him very much. He was a senior devotee in the Gaudiya Math. But he said of our Prabhupada, he's Shakta Vaishnava. Shakta Vaishnava means an especially empowered jiva. Because when you think of avatar, you think of Krishna. Keshamsa Kalopam Shah Krishnashtu Bhagavan Swami. That verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam. It mentions that there's many avatars that come from the spiritual world. Plenary portions of plenary portions of portions. Krishna's Bhagavan Swami. Krishna's avatari. He's the source of all the avatars. And we here in India we have Das avatars. Everyone, every child knows Das avatars. But the avatars are as numerous as the waves of the ocean. They keep coming again and again to reclaim the fallen innocent souls. But there's a special category of avatar. Technically, avatar means one who comes from the spiritual world. Beyond this world, which is sometimes manifest and sometimes not manifest, there's an eternal world, which never dissolves. It remains as it is, self-evolvent. It's the playground of God. See, Damodar here. Goloka's, Vaikuntha is the official kingdom of God, but Vrindavan, where one can love Krishna as a friend, child, lover, that's the playground. Goloka. So, from that world, personalities come. Two types of personalities come from Vaikuntha, from the spiritual world to this nasty place, the material world. One is the devotee who, out of his own compassion, wants to come and deliver us. In Vaikuntha, Krishna says in the Gita, having once got there, you never come back again. So how is it someone would come to Dukalaya Vishwashvata? Another summary, right? Summary of material existence. Temporary place full of mysteries. That should be sufficient. Say in French, ça suffit. Ça suffit. Nothing more needs to be said. Dukalaya Vishwashvata. Why would someone from the spiritual world, which is eternal, full of knowledge and bliss, come to the polar opposite? Temporary, full of ignorance and suffering. You have to be a madman. We're all madmen. At least we're not meant to have left that abode, to come to this place. But Shastra says there are souls there who are aware of what's happening here in the material world, and they come of their own accord. They leave Vaikuntha to come here to deliverance. All glories to such. There's a second kind of soul. Nitya Siddha means eternally liberated. Nitya Siddha. Nitya Siddha, eternally liberated souls. There's a type of Nitya Siddha who comes here on the request of Krishna. Two types. One comes of his own accord, and the other is requested by Krishna. Because Krishna has his scheduled incarnations. What is that verse? Paritunaya saranam.
Vinashaya Chaturthikam Dharma Sansthapanarthaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge.
The little boy knows that I forgot. This is old age. All the senior moments. So, Krishna has his scheduled incarnations. He can't come in between. It's just the way it's set up. Millennium after millennium, he comes. But he just doesn't just come. He comes to scheduled incarnation. If you think you're an incarnation, sir, we have to read about you in the Bhagavatam. Because the Bhagavatam lists all the scheduled incarnations. And if your name's not there, sorry, you're not God, you're dull. So scheduled incarnations. But the show must go on. People have to keep getting delivered. So there are those who come and on behalf of the Lord, like you could say like an ambassador leaves France and comes to India and serves in the flesh. And he's an ambassador of France. He's not in France, but he's representing France. So there's spiritual ambassadors. Krishna says, you're an ambassador. You go to the material world and represent me. And they keep the preaching going. They keep the preaching going. Whatever the Lord has said in the previous incarnation, they repeat it without adulteration. So Prabhupada said once, in a moment of intimacy, to one of my godbrothers, who was at that time his secretary. Actually, what had happened is Prabhupada had arrived back in Mumbai, and he'd come from Africa, where there was a lot of malaria. There was a big influx of malaria at that time, and he'd gotten a malaria vaccine in Kolkata, actually, but he got that vaccine before leaving for America to come to the West to preach. In 1965, he got a vaccine. The whole controversy about vaccines. Prabhupada got a vaccine, the yellow fever vaccine. And he kept that card with him because he thought, well, maybe, because he had to go around the Horn of Africa. He didn't know, he thought he needed a vaccine to go to the West. And, but when he went to Africa, he showed it. Oh, sir, yes, you were protected here. But when he got back to India, because he'd been in Africa, he had to show the certificate that he's not contaminated. Show your yellow fever certificate having been in Nairobi, then we'll let you into India. But his secretary had forgotten in Nairobi. So they put Prabhupada in, what's that called? Quarantine. A pure devotee. They're going to be quarantined. And Prabhupada had to stay in that quarantine for 21 days. It wasn't a 5-star hotel. The Prabhupada, the devotee told me, Prabhupada, he was just transcendental. He just chanted the whole time. He wasn't disturbed. His servant was very disturbed. But one day Prabhupada was on the veranda in the quarantine area, and this devotee came to sat next to Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, I do not want to come to this nasty place. So the secretary turned red. Prabhupada, I'm so sorry that I forgot your yellow fever certificate in Nairobi. Prabhupada said, no, not that. I did not want to come to this nasty place. So the server's getting confused, like, I know it's really bad here. Prabhupada said, no, I did not want to come to this material world. But Krishna asked me to. The second call, right? First one comes of his own accord. The other person is requested by the Lord. Like if you have an important mission, something that's very important to you. What's more important to Krishna than delivering Dhritunaya Sadanam Vinashaya Dushkutam? Delivering the pious, annihilating the miscreants, and reestablishing dharma on this earth planet. That's very dear to the Lord. Just like a son or daughter may leave home, they're rebellious. They may forget the parents, but parents never forget their sons and daughters. So we may have forgotten God, but He has not forgotten us, and He's very anxious to get us back home. So you send if you have an important mission, you send your messenger. Many are called, but few are chosen. So Prabhupada was chosen by Prabhupada, by Krishna. Prabhupada said this, he said it. It was noticed. Krishna asked me to come. And then Prabhupada said that I was a little hesitant. And Krishna said, why? And I told Krishna, because I'm not so much inclined towards austerity. Of course, Prabhupada, when he was here, he lived a very austere life. But he was, what's the spiritual will? Material will compared to the spiritual will. So Krishna said, that's okay. You go down to the earth planet and you write books on the science of Krishna consciousness, and I'll arrange everything else. And so it happened. Of course, there were setbacks and difficulties, but Prabhupada never lost faith. He said that my mission in the Western countries was successful because I had faith in two things. He had no money. When he arrived, he had 40 rupees, which is about, I think, $6 at that time in U.S. history. He said, I arrived at the pier, in Boston, I didn't know whether to go left or right. And he had no money. So he came as a beggar, maybe you could say theoretically. He said on the boat, just before the boat landed, he told us with them in Darshan that I was thinking that when I tell these American people, no more meat eating, no more promiscuous sex, no more gambling, and no more drinking, and chant these names of God from India, Krishna, they'll tell me, old man, you take your message back to India. He was thinking like that. I'm quoting Prabhupada. Why was he successful? He revealed the secret to success, which can also be our success. Because like father, like son. Prabhupada said he had faith, two things. Deep faith. So Shraddha. Deep faith, not superficial faith. Deep faith, he said. I had faith in the instructions of my spiritual master and the holy names of Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the rest is history. Krishna intervened. Pramanda Bhavati Korni Bhagavanji Guru Krishna Tushar. That's our story. We fell from grace. Krishna did intervene first in our lives, but he's pure devotee. His representatives intervened. Turned out the course of our destiny into just pure devotional service. By destiny, Prabhupada was meant to be one of the most richest men in the history of this country. The astrologers said that. It's traditional that when you're born, your parents call an astrologer. They want to see what your life's going to be like, and they'll give you an appropriate name. According to your astrology, that's the science. So an astrologer was called to, when Prabhupada took birth under a tree, he was a pit vulture. Jackfruit. I have a leaf from that tree. The astrologer was called, and he said, this person will be one of the most successful business, how do you say, crorepati?
Karodpati.
Huh?
Karodpati. Correct. Karodpati.
I know a little bit about India. He'll be like that. And also he'll open 108 temples around the world. But Prabhupada never became that businessman. His business failed. Not because of his destiny, by the will of the Lord. Just like Yudhishthira, Krishna says to Yudhishthira, the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, my first mercy upon my fully surrendered devotee is I take everything away from the poor soul. So he has no other resort than to simply fully surrender to me, Atmaniveda. Yes, and I use them in my service. Okay. So Prabhupada, he was in the pharmaceutical business, etc. And he started a business in Jhansi. It all failed. It just shows astrology is valuable up to a certain extent, but it's not absolute. For us, what's more important is the mercy of Krishna. That's why we pray every day for Krishna's mercy, because our destiny is very dark. You can say, yes, I have money, I have name and fame, and it's like water on the back of a duck. It comes and goes. And you're destined to get sick, you're destined to grow old, you're destined to die. That's the lesson. And all that can be changed by when Krishna intervenes. So therefore, we take some advice from astrology, like to marry, to see that the boy and the girl are compatible. That's there. And sometimes we refer to astrology, but we know that Krishna, the astrology is ruled by the different planets in the universe. Saturn, Mars, etc. But who rules the planets? Krishna. He's the supreme personality of Godhead. So he can change everything. And therefore we appeal to him to make our lives fortunate in the spiritual sense. Every morning we're praying to him. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. One time, a devotee asked Prabhupada a perennial question, Prabhupada, what's the meaning of the Maha Mantra? How many times have we heard, my dear Lord, my dear energy of the Lord, please engage in your service, right? But in this particular instance, Prabhupada just, it's like Jesus said, my cup runneth over with love. Sometimes these things just come out from the heart of the pure devotees, so like real nectar. So Prabhupada said, what does it mean, the Hare Krishna mantra? It means, my friend, my friend, my friend. And that's how I think of my chant. I mean, I can't say I'm on the level of God. Anywhere near the level of God, Krishna, my friend. But a friend in need is a friend in need. I'm struggling in this material world. So Krishna, please. The verse I often quote. Dear Lord, I'm drowning in this fathomless whirlpool of material existence. O you who give shelter to those who have no shelter, please, just this one time, won't you extend your hand to save me? That's prayer. The Hare Krishna mantra is more than a mantra. It's like a prayer from the heart. We always hear nowadays, chant from the heart. We're praying. So Prabhupada was deputed. Krishna, I'll take care of everything. And didn't he take care of everything? Prabhupada came penniless. And by the time he left this world, he was a billionaire, though you wouldn't know it by looking at him. Of course, Prabhupada always dressed like a gentleman. He was perfect, Dominican, personality, gentleman. He always dressed very well. I traveled with Prabhupada some occasions. I was a grihastha at the time. And I had a cotton dhoti and worked on everything. We'd fly somewhere, and I'd come out all wrinkled, and Prabhupada didn't have one wrinkle in his silk dhoti. I was like, what is this? And I'd been perspiring on the plane, and Prabhupada's always smelled like sandalwood. He would sometimes, they would put sandalwood on his head. He was always thinking and preaching and writing, so they put on his head with sandalwood. He was transcendental. Transcendental to tamas, rajas, and even sattva. Sattva means the mode of goodness. Mode of goodness can also be conditioning. Oh, I live in the forest, I have a lake, I grow my own fruits, I'm healthy. That's the mode of goodness, but you can become attached to the world in the wrong way. We want Shuddha Shabda. Shuddha Shabda means spiritual goodness. The Brahminical life is the mode of goodness is a stepping stone into transcendence. So Prabhupada was unlike anyone else. He was transcendental. And you could even see it. You could even see it. One time Prabhupada was crossing the road, a road in London with his secretary, Shama Sundar. And they called the policemen there bobbies. Don't ask me how they got that word, bobby. The policemen are bobbies. So one of the policemen on the corner, he grabbed Shama Sundar. He said, look, your teacher's glowing like the sun. He said, Karmi. But he could see Prabhupada was effulgent. There was nothing, this is why when the spiritual master passes away, we don't burn the body. We put the body in samadhi, because the body is also considered spiritual at that time. Because it's been used, the spiritual master's body has been used fully in the service of Krishna. It's considered spiritual because it's been used for Krishna. So it's called tadiya. Things used by the Lord also have the spiritual. And that's why we wear the garlands of the Lord, because they're very purified. So Prabhupada was very transcendental. And on one of the trips, I had the opportunity to go with Srila Prabhupada from New York to London. I'd only been a devotee a year, maybe. And Prabhupada wanted some American voices very early in the movement, 1970, before all of you were born. And Prabhupada wanted devotees to start temples. We only had 6 temples in America. And Prabhupada wanted us to wanted some girls to go to Europe. So one day the temple president said, Srila Prabhupada wants some devotees to go to Europe. He didn't like to go. Boom! I raised my hand. But I was always interested in adventure. Since I was 14 years old, I was traveling all around America, Canada, Mexico, Central America. I was a young boy. So I read in the Bhagavad Gita, one of my favorite verses in the Gita was that Krishna says, I am adventure, meaning not mundane adventure, but something spiritual. So I told a white lie. He said, do you know Europe? I said, yes, I've been there before. and in my mind, I rationalized, maybe in a previous birth. I got away with the white lie. So that devotee, he was the temple president in Detroit. He also volunteered to go. So he said, Prabhupada is going from New York to London, such and such a date. It was on TWA, Old Airlines. See if you can get us on the same plane. So I thought, wow. Because I'd seen Prabhupada briefly in America when he come to the temple. It was always from the Vyasa Center. So I thought, well, maybe just maybe I could sit on the plane next to Prabhupada.
Hey,
I was counting my blessings. I didn't have any blessings, I was counting my blessings. So I called up the airlines and I got one of the agents and I said, this is my name and I'm buying a ticket and I'd like to sit next to Mr. A.C. Bhaktivedanta. So she said, I'm sorry, sir, we don't have you registered on this plane. I don't know what your travel agent told you, but you don't have a ticket. So I said, just a minute. And I had my friend qualifications. I said, well, I told you I'd get a ticket. I don't have it yet. Like, what? Prabhupada's on the plane and I don't have a ticket. So I got back on the phone with the lady patient. I said, please, he's my guru. So she was a black African lady. She said, what's a guru? What would be a guru? I said, oh gosh. That's like a spiritual teacher. You mean like Jesus? I said, yeah, just like Jesus. She said, do you want to go with Jesus? He left 2,000 years ago. I said, no, one of his representatives. Oh, you want to go with the pastor, huh? You want to go with the priest? I said, yeah, that's a special priest. She said, well, son, let me see what I can do. I'm a good Christian. I'll get you on that plane. So she went and talked to the supervisor, but there was a list. 34 people wanted to get on that plane. Stand by. She said, there's no hope. She said, wait a minute. My supervisor has come and tell me something. The supervisor said, someone canceled. So she said to the supervisor, there's this nice Christian boy. He wants to be with this pastor. So a lot of lies to get here. Can we get him on the plane? So she said, yeah, put him at the front of the line. I got a seat. So I said, can you put me next to AC Bhakti? So she said, that's a funny name for a priest. Anyway, I got the seat. And so the flight was from New York to London. And I came to New York, and I was in New York, ready to go, and we went to the airport. There was this big rush of devotees at the airport, but the police wouldn't let everybody in, so just me and Prabhupada and one other devotee were able to go up to the check-in counter. And we checked in, we did fast, and then we went to security. So I was holding Prabhupada's little white bag. He used to carry this little attaché case, it was white. He never let anyone touch it because we were all young devotees, kind of spaced out, maybe not so responsible. He never let anyone carry it. So we got to the security. The security officer said to Prabhupada, open that bag. Very rude. Open that bag. So then Prabhupada tried to open it, and it didn't open. The latch wouldn't open. So it became secure. I'm not going to let you guys go. You open that bag. Oh, man. And I leaned over, I said, if you speak to my spiritual master like that one more time, I'm going to break your face. He's a policeman. I said to myself, did I say that? He said, I thought you Hare Krishnas were non-violent. I said, you just got So he said, you open the bag. Wow. I tried to defend a pure devotee. The reward was, the mercy was that I got to open Prabhupada's bag. I looked at Prabhupada. No one ever did that. So I took the bag, opened it up. There was Prabhupada's, passport was there, a mirror, some tea lock, some kartals, a photo of the spiritual master, different articles like that. I'm looking at this, staring like into the heart of the pure devotee. And the security guy says, I'm supposed to look in there, not you. So then we left and we were the first ones on the plane. We got on the plane and Prabhupada was sitting on the window and I was in the middle seat. And then, we're getting ready. And then Prabhupada said to me, so prasad. What? Nobody told me, nobody gave me to give Prabhupada any prasad. So I think, Krishna, please, no, my guru's hungry. So then I remembered someone gave me a plastic bag of oranges. So I took a chance. I put, I asked the stewardess for plate. I put the oranges there. I said, is oranges okay? So I cut the oranges, like quarters like that. And then I said, "Your divine grace is." So, he sucked on the oranges. The peel, not the peel. Grind. Rind, yeah, the rind. He just sucked and put the rind down, orange peel. It was like 6 or 7. So he ate them all. He sucked them all. And the plate was there. So he turned to me and he said, "So, Indradyumna, you will take the shot?" Like a neophyte, he said, "Oh, no, sure, Papa, you ate everything." And he said, he saw it, he said, "No, it was Maharaj."
Haribol!
So I took the rind and I started eating it. What he meant was suck on the same peel, but I started eating orange peel. I started, tears were, I was so cringing, it was like burning, and my lips were burning, and tears were coming. But I thought, this is Mom. The Shastra says the food that the spiritual teacher eats, the dust from his feet, and the water that has washed his feet, Chanamrit, those things can bring great wisdom. So I was just, I looked at Prabhupada, he's like, he looked at me. Like, you foolish boy. So I stopped and put them in my pocket. And I dried them out, those peels. And when I was later on, when I go on Sankirtan, I made them into like a powder almost, and I take a little dust like that every day from Prabhupada. It lasted me about 18 months. I was really happy to go on Sankirtan. So everybody boarded the plane, and the plane took off, and they closed the blinds, and it was time for the movie. So we don't watch movies, at least in those days, nobody's gonna watch movies. So the movie came on, and I wanted to show Prabhupada that I didn't watch movies. So I took my Bhagavad Gita, I put it in front of my face like this. And just to kind of impress them, Sarva Dharma Purich. Moses, and everybody laughing. Look, he's watching the movie. So there was a movie with Charlie Chaplin. And Prabhupada says, after that time, he said, when this little child, he's an innocent movie, The Antics of Charlie. He said he used to watch with his father, the Antics of Charlie Chaplin, the silent movie. So I put my book on. I said, yeah. And then, after the movie was over, I went to use the restroom. There was Prabhupada's secretary was also with us. He had the third seat. There was I said to him, and I thought we weren't supposed to watch movies. He said, yeah, I know. He said, could you go ask Prabhupada while we were watching the movie? So he went, and he asked Prabhupada, he came back and said, Prabhupada told me that Krishna is the source of all original things. And Charlie Chaplin's humor is very original. So I was seeing Krishna in the movie. What were you boys seeing? What were you boys seeing? So then we landed in London, and it was a rainy day. I didn't eat anything on the plane because it wasn't offered. And I was really tired, and we got off out of the plane into the where you collect the luggage. We were collecting the luggage. And one of Prabhupada's bags had gone missing, and it was the bag in which he had all the books for translating Srimad Bhagavatam, like Vishwanath Thakur, Balaji Vibhushan, Jiva Goswami, Bhakti Thakur, his own Guru Maharaj's commentaries like Chaitanya Shikshamrita. Nowadays we can put it all in a little device, right? They had to carry this big bag, and it didn't come. It didn't arrive. So Prabhupada said, someone has to stay. So I hid behind a pillar. Because Indradyumna, the secretary, I thought he'll ask him to stay. I could go to the temple because there's going to be Prabhupada's, I heard Govinda Dasi cooked the feast. Govinda Dasi, she cooked the feast, and all, it would be a big celebration for welcoming Prabhupada at 7 Brewery Place. And I heard that the Beatles were going to be there. So we kind of had a material, spiritual desire to see the Beatles, see George Harrison. Right? He was so close to Prabhupada. So then Prabhupada said, so someone must stay. Indradyumna should stay. But remember, whatever Krishna does is perfect. So I waited 2.5 hours in the cold airport. And the bank showed up. I was a young man. I was like 21, 22. I was strong, stout. I hardly lift that thing. I said, who paid the overweight for this bag? But I got it, and I cleared it, and then I dragged it outside to the curb outside Heathrow Airport. And I got into a taxi. It was black taxis they had. And I was like, I missed the feast. I missed Prabhupada's lecture. I missed the kirtan. I missed George Harrison. I missed it all. It was so late. So that the cab driver says, "What's wrong with you, boy? You get out of the bed on the wrong side of the bed this morning?" He said, "No, it's a long story. Take me to 7 Brewery Place." So he drove me there, rain, pouring rain. Got out of the taxi, dragged it to the temple door, opened the temple door. There's all the devotees sitting there. Oh, I'm so full. Well, and pregnant. Oh, that was the best feast that Govinda Dasi's ever cooked. So good. I can see the white place with the finger streaks, the geese. Nothing left. So I said, Hari Bol, everybody, is anything left? Who are you? I said, well, I actually came on a plane with Prabhupada. I'm going to France to preach. And, sorry, Prabhu. It was so good. We all had seconds and thirds. When they said thirds, I practically collapsed. So then I said to them, it's like 20, 30 devotees at night. The last bit of a kachori. Can I have your kachori? No, you can't have my kachori. So then I said, I have this is Prabhupada's bag. It was lost at the airport, and I have it. Can you guys, where does Prabhupada stay? 5th floor. And if you know England, everything's very small. The houses, the buildings, and everything's very small. There's a spiral staircase. So I said, can some of you guys help me carry this up? Oh no, I'm too full. I can't get up. And Prabhu, you missed the best kirtan. Prabhupada led the kirtan. You have to do it yourself, young man. So it took me like 20 minutes to go up 5 flights, pulling, cursing that bag. You bag! You made me miss so many things! Bag! Someone said, what are you mumbling to yourself? I finally got to the 5th floor. And there's two rooms like this. And one room said Prabhupada's secretary, one said, His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhakti. Prabhupada, nice grass. So, I was tired. I hadn't slept much. I didn't follow proper etiquette. I should have knocked on the door and gone in. But I just opened, I thought this is Prabhupada's room and he was in the bag. So I opened the knob but I went in backwards because the bag was so heavy. Either I push it or I pull it. So I'm pulling it backwards like this into Prabhupada's room. And suddenly I hear a voice, watch out! You're going to bump into Srila Prabhupada. And lo and behold, that was Prabhupada's secretary, Navi Kumar. I turned around, and Prabhupada was right there in front of me. I come about, 6 or 7 meters into the room, and there was Prabhupada standing, his gumption. He was just about to take his massage. He had this beautiful pink and white, remember it's like yesterday, pink and white gumption on. I could see his whole transcendental form. And it was exactly like seeing a deity. Because for the disciple, the spiritual master is like a deity. The deity is there to give mercy. Why does the deity is called Archa Vigraha? Prabhupada translated Archa Vigraha as the most merciful form of Krishna. Because Krishna comes and Krishna goes. But Archa Vigraha stays. There's some deities I've seen here in India from Satyayuga. So Archa Vigraha, he's easily approachable. He never leaves. So the guru's like that. He's easily approachable, and he's Krishna's representative. So like, almost like a deity. So there's Prabhupada. He was so beautiful. He was like in his late 70s, right? But he was glowing. I saw it with my eyes. He was glowing. And so then I went, boom, I went down on the ground. Namo Vishnupadaya, Krishna Vishaya, Mutale, Shivati, Bhaktivedanta Swami. I was saying, whack! On my back. Prabhupada slapped me so hard on the back. I said, oh my God. He's so angry with me for improper etiquette, coming in backwards, and not coming clean, and taking a moment to stare at him in great wonder with the full body of my spiritual master. They do my amazements, he's late. He slapped me so hard that he said something. And as I was down, I saw his lotus feet there. His lotus feet. And then the slap came in. Then the lotus feet went. And I waited a minute and I got up. And there was Prabhupada's secretary, Nanda Kumar. He was like this. You know how your jaw drops sometimes? He said, Prabhupada slapped you on the back. I said, yeah, I know. He said, I never saw him do that to anyone before. And I said, I know, am I in trouble? He said, no, you're not in trouble. Not at all. The opposite. Do you know what Prabhupada said to you? I said, no, I was on the ground shaking. He said, it's so wonderful. He said, Prabhupada said to you, so much endeavor in this material world, but when I take you back home, back to Godhead, everything will be easy and smooth. I thought if I ever got a tattoo, I'd have the hands here. I'm not into tattoos, but I thought, romanticize it. If I ever get a tattoo, I still feel where it was. And that blessing, that so much, because he could see how I was struggling with the bag, and he knew, he asked me to stay behind. So much endeavor in the material world, but when I take you home, back to God, everything will be easy. So that was etched in stone, my stone-like heart. Etched in stone, and then from that time on, if there were any difficulties, any obstacles, any setbacks, Prabhupada said, so much endeavor. He made it very clear. What is this material world? Struggle for existence, the human race. The only hope is divine grace. So whenever there would be a difficult time, and being a traveling preacher and going to remote places, dangerous places, because sannyasis are supposed to do that. Whenever there was difficulty, I just closed my eyes. I'm going home. I just keep serving Prabhupada. So I never got depressed, disillusioned, anxious. So I'm just here for a while. As much as I can do good for anyone that I come across, I will do. I will not pass this way. So that was a lesson for sannyasi, right? You have to go out and preach in pioneer places. So much endeavor. The result is, by serving him here in the proper way, we can serve him there, the spiritual growth in the proper way. That's our qualification. We're servants. So we should serve the order of the spiritual master to perfection. I often think that, Prabhupada had so many desires for spreading Krishna consciousness. So how can I ask to go to the spiritual world when the mission here is not finished? You don't someone says sweep the floor, you sweep half of it, then you go, can I have another service? Wait a minute, you finished sweeping the floor, no? So Prabhupada, he has big, I won't call them dreams, I'll call them visions for spreading Krishna consciousness. So we should be prepared to take as many births as required to satisfy the spiritual master. And then if he's satisfied, take his. It can be challenging. I mentioned several times on this trip that one of my grandmothers, he was the initially gift. He said to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, where are you going to go when you die? Shh, you can't ask the guru that question. I said, I plan to go to Patala Loka to continue preaching the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I thought, okay, Patala Loka, here we come. Because what's the spiritual world without the spiritual master? As he teaches us here how to get out of the material world, he teaches us how to get into the spiritual world. He teaches us to fall out of love with the material world, into love with Krishna and everything connected to Krishna. What a beautiful thing. So, the next day, Prabhupada called me. Am I supposed to go to another program?
Yes.
Okay. I'll finish with one. You have to invite me back again.
Yes.
I like this little voice hearing. My servant has earrings. Diamonds. You have to get diamonds. His daddy's job. But Prabhupada called me to his room because he wanted to send me to France the next day. It was Rath Yatra, but you can't stay for Rath Yatra. I can't. Who do your service? Yes, sir. So Prabhupada could see us. He said, so are you ready? I said, Prabhupada, I don't speak a word of French. It does not matter. He said, you go there, Krishna will help you. He said, you make a French boy who speaks English, devotee, and he'll translate. So then he could see I was a little anxious. So kind of paused and he reached over in his dressing drawer, he pulled out one of his charters. And then Prabhupada said, our time getting past this part. He said, a gift from a Vaishnava is a very special thing. Now I remember that. When someone gives me a gift, I always think, this is special. It's coming from the heart of the Vaishnava. So that charter, it was saffron, and I was still at the hospital. So, later on in the movement, when the sannyasis would come, I'd be white with that charter on. You can't wear that color. You're at the hospital. You take that off. I said, you try to take it off. I'm not taking this off. And I wore it till it was threadbare, and I gave it to Jamuna and Devatayani, who put it in their museum. And then I was overwhelmed with Prabhupada's kindness. So then he paused and he looked at me. When Prabhupada looked at you, it was like he was looking into your heart, and you had the realization that he really did know you and what was best for you. So he looked at me and said, so I'll give you an instruction. I always wanted a personal instruction, right? For the spiritual master. I mean, any instruction is enough to live your life on the spiritual master. Right? I'm thinking, I was on daydream, so there it was. Prabhupada said, you preach boldly and have faith in the holy name. Not bold. And I base my life on that. You have preach boldly, which means don't be a couch potato. Couch potato. It's an American slang that you sit in that, you're at home all day, eating cookies, watching TV, just, don't, I was thinking, don't be active in Krishna consciousness. You receive some mercy. You have something very special. Don't be proud of it. But realize it's special. And as someone approached you and made you a devotee, you go on and make someone a devotee. And this way the movement spreads. We're blessed. I mean, how can we count, how to count our blessings? One time Prabhupada's father said, Abai, the Supreme Lord has many arms and many hands. If he wants to give you mercy, what your two little hands can hold. Prabhupada's only 6 years old. So we have so much, right? We have Guru, we have mantra, we have Shastra, we have Dham, we have friends, we have family, we have so much. Sometimes we make the mistake of becoming familiar. Sometimes we have to sit and remember how fortunate we are. One of those things, 7 billion people on this planet don't have. So we should take advantage of it. So I thought, okay, it's gold vision means Amazon jungle. I went to the Amazon jungle, Russia, it was communist. I just came back from China. There's no word for God in the Chinese language. You know how hard it is for priests to do? They worship the ancestors. So I say the top ancestor. And anyway, I actually like China because it's very well organized, it's very clean, everyone has work. They have their problems like everyone else, but they're very nice people. Very nice people. And because there's no spirituality in the country, there's no religion per se, people are hankering for something spiritual because by nature, Jiva Supoya Krishnara Nityadas. We're all spiritual people. So you're going to get frustrated at one point if you don't get some ruchi, some spiritual taste. So that we come along, and in the kirtans in China, isn't it, Kartamashi? The devotees cry. They cry in the lectures. They're not sentimental, they're just hankering for something spiritual. So it's so satisfying to do that. It's so sick. Whatever risk there is involved. Secret police were following us. I could see them taking bowls of each. The risk is to go to jail. But you take the risk, as Prabhupada said, have faith in the holy names, working on that every day, all of us, right? Because that's our ticket home, the holy name. Harinam, Harinam, Harinam eva kevalam. Lo, Nasteva, 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 Gatira Nirata. That's right. Every day we should chant better than we chanted today. So I have to go pretty soon. I'm getting attached to all of you. I don't know how I'm going to leave. But I want to share something with you. It's a little embarrassing. I shouldn't be saying it myself, but during the pandemic, remember the pandemic? No, it's like a nightmare, right? During the pandemic, I was, Krishna arranged I was stuck in Vrindavan for 3 years, and it was very dangerous to go outside. So I was a very active traveler. Suddenly I'm sitting in a room about as big as just a 10 venue. What am I going to do? So all the books are there. So I said, I'll read the books, and then I'll give classes online, just like Benny just did. Classes online. So I said, what will I talk about? I'll talk about Vrindavan. Why Vrindavan? Because Vrindavan is the Panam. That's our goal in Krishna consciousness. That's the abode of Krishna. That's Krishna's hometown. That's where he lives and he never leaves. He never leaves. He's in Vrindavan. He's controlled by the love of the gopis. So I say, devotees don't have time to read so much. They can only come to Vrindavan from time to time, see a few holy places. I'll read about and I'll research, and eventually I'll go out to all those holy places. I'll write about them extensively. Each and every holy place. So in the past 4 years, I've given almost 500 lectures on Vrindavan. I don't know if any of you hear those lectures. They're on my YouTube channel. And every Friday we come up with that. That's why I'm late today, because I was just recording a lecture about paintings in Gachibowli. Because it's Friday. So what my disciples did, they took, I think, the first 25 or 30 lectures, and it's going to be a series that comes out every year, one book every year, covering all those lectures. So the first book, the series is called The Traveling Monk in Sacred Places, and the first book is The Sacred Forest of Vrindavan, Western Bank of the Yamuna. It means there's forests on the left and there's forests on the right. So this book covers all the holy places on the western bank of the Yamuna. And there's a chapter about how to enter Vrindavan, what the mood should be, what prayers we can chant. There's beautiful photographs throughout the whole book. Where all the holy places are described. This is like, for want of a better word, coffee table book, Prashadam table book. It's very well done, very beautiful book, raised text here, and just really nice. I mean, I even read it myself. It's my own lectures. I said that. I read it. I said that. Very well researched. I took a lot of guidance from godbrothers and godsisters, scholars, PBC Shastra Committee. Everything I would say, I would confirm with them. I had access to the Vrindavan Research Institute, 38,000 scriptures. I dove in there like a bee in the honey. And it's all here. All those lectures are transcribed for you. And yeah, it's kind of like I did it for you. And for me, because I also forget, so I read it all the time because we want to go back to Vrindavan. We want to fall in love with Vrindavan. But how can you fall in love with someone unless you know something about it? So that's the purpose of this book. When you go to Vrindavan, it can be a guidebook. It'll be up to you to read. And if you can't go to Vrindavan, you can read it in the privacy of your home, and you can read it. Because Bhakti said, one day I woke up and saw my whole house transformed into Goloka. So if we do spiritual things in our homes are transformed. So through Shravan and Kirtan, we become Krishna conscious, hearing and chanting Krishna. So this is a well-researched, well-printed book about Vrindavan. There'll be more to come. But this is the first, so we're going to, I hate to say it, sell them. Sannyasis aren't supposed to be businessmen. The secretary said I had to say it. It's so expensive. It's 2,500 rupees. But we do manage to sell quite a few of people. So I know I have to leave pretty soon for the next program. But if any of you would like to purchase one of these books, then I'd be very happy to sign it with my signature and a date and so forth. So that you can keep this book at home and have brunch in your home and in your hearts. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Can I just say a few words about the book?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
As Maharaj explained, we are distributing his new book and he will be signing the book. So we are going to set up the table over there. You can purchase the book and then you can form a line here and Maharaj will sign the book. In every book, we have kept a post-it note where you can write your name in capital letters. So Maharaj, it will be easy for him to write your name on the book. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram.
Ram Ram.
Ram Ram.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
So let us, please everybody settle down. Just 5 more minutes. Just 5 more minutes and we'll get started. Just a couple of announcements. So Maharaj, we are also blessed here that Raghunandan Prabhu, one of our devotees who just came back from Europe, and he has translated a book written by Kadambakaran Maharaj into Telugu. So he just wanted your blessings before he starts giving it to everyone. The book title is Guru and Disciple. So, Guru Shishya Bandham in Telugu. So today Maharaj is blessing the book, and it's there. Raghunandan Prabhu is right here. He has translated into Telugu. Let us pray for Raghunandan Prabhu that he translates many of Sajid Guru Maharaj books and festivals. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. And yes. Thank you. And Maharaj, there is one more special thing today. Actually, there is Champaklata Mataji. She is coming here. Maharaj, this Mataji, she preached, not as a plan, but coincidentally, she started preaching in blind schools. And when blind children, she saw there is a great need for them to also understand Bhagavad Gita. She and her husband together, they printed the entire Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita into Braille language in blind schools. And it was launched by VPT, and now she has a wonderful book she wants to launch from your hands. It's Braille. What do you want to say a few words?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you so much for coming to Hyderabad, and thank you for the beautiful lecture that you have just given. Whenever I hear about traveling monk, the shloka that I am reminded of is, the Iti Kurvanti Tirthani Swanta Stena Gadavrata from the Bhagavatam. And the pure devotees are the moving, talking, holy places who are spreading Krishna to all of us. So thank you, Maharaj. And these books are actually in Braille, Maharaj. This is about Gopala, the protector of cows. And these are stories from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, and the Gopala Champu. So I have recently compiled it into Braille, Maharaj. And there are many more books like this, which have already come out. That is about Lord Jagannath and Pastimes of Dashavata. And there is a Vaishnava song book as well in Braille, Maharaj. Yes, Maharaj. Please, thank you so much for accepting. I need your blessings, Maharaj. Vaishnava Songs was the first book that came out, Maharaj, because the children were learning nicely. You wanted them to. Yeah, Bhagavad Gita is in 10 volumes, Maharaj. This is 18 chapters, including the introduction. Thank you, Maharaj, for your blessings. Please bless me to do more books for these vision and souls. I need your blessings, Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. So if anyone wants to even sponsor this Bhagavad Gita in Braille language from any blind schools, Mataji is looking for the sponsorship. Please come forward and meet her. And we are so blessed that devotees are taking such wonderful initiatives. And one last thing again, so Maharaj is here. The books are there. They are very limited in quantity. If you don't get up and take, they're all gone. I think I actually wanted to tell a different price. It's 10,000 rupees per book. Buy one, get 3 free. So whichever way it motivates you, go and pick up your book. How many want to leave your body in Vrindavan? Are you sure about it?
Hari Bol.
You need the book then. I'll tell you where to leave the body. So Hari Bol. So let's once again thank His Holiness Indradyumna Swami Maharaj with 3 loud and enthusiastic Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
And one special request to Maharaj, if it's okay. Maharaj, please bless our satsang here. We had started few years ago, and all these devotees are like 5, 6, 7 years old in devotion. So please give a glimpse on everyone. So whoever comes into your side will definitely get the same blessing of Prabhupada what he gave you. So everybody look at Maharaj. Come on, you have to make sure you look at Maharaj. So we also welcome Maharaj to come again to Hyderabad and a little satsang here. This was a very brief moment, Maharaj. Thank you very much for your association, Maharaj. It's so inconceivable that you come here. We really pray that Lord Krishna gives you very good health and you continue to travel like this and come to this parts of the world. Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyascha bhaktanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. His Holiness Indradyumna Swami Maharaj ki jai. Shri Brahma Mat Gauda Guru Parampara Sampradaya ki jai. Jai Gaur Hari Premanand.
Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So Maharaj is here, who is inspired in heart of heart, and you want Maharaj to take with you. Please keep that in your mind and come back to me like you know. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So please form a nice line, take the book, and I'll say take at least one book for family. We have a limited stock, all should go here. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Come, please come. Come, please. Come, Uzbeks, come, please.
Please bless the mother. Hari Bol. This is the mother, Sri Radha Leela Priyadasi. This is my good wife.
Big boys, we must have to cook a lot of show. That's all.
Thank you, Maharaj. Everybody come in a line. Only book signing, please. Then we can have the
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Shall I stop it? Or?
Keep it there and keep recording. I'll just keep it there. Just keep it somewhere.
They're coming slow. Did you make that straight?
My wife, son of the
Sorry, Maharaj, I said like 5 to 6 now. 8, 17, I'm going to turn 18. Yes, Prabhuji, please bless us so that I can increase my rounds. Sorry, thank you, Maharaj. Maharaj, please.
This boy didn't want to, and I met him. That only then he started.
My mother is in brain hemorrhage. She's sincerely practicing. Tara Krishna Das.
Let's meet at once where I can.
Maharaj for this wonderful book. Very grateful for the blogs in your life. Because I have benefited so much from your blogs. And I need your blessings,
Hare Krishna. There are only 20 more books left. If you come after some time, you will not get it. It's a bumper offer. 10,000 rupees per book. Buy one, get three free. Please go and take. You want to take for your relatives whom you want to send to Vrindavan also, you can take. For your colleagues, for the boss you hate, this is the best gift.
Yes, yes, we get a nice
Yeah. Not in your bag, yeah? No, like some better bag. Do you want to try this one? Sugar, do you want to try this?
Hare Krishna. Whoever have taken the signature can start going up to the terrace. We have prasadam for everyone. Please honor prasadam and then only leave. Hare Krishna.
We are still having 10 books to hit the half century mark. Please plan accordingly.
You're next.
Still 5 more books to hit the half century mark. Who is the fortunate who is Still 5 more books to hit the half century mark. Who wanted to be a fortunate devotee to hit the 50th book?
As a group, we started with 20 members. We are only class, and every Paulani,
Already signed a book. She was a principal for a big international school here in Hyderabad. Very dedicated, spending 16 hours and helping in many programs. Please bless her, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj.
ఆలస్యం చేసిన ఆశాబంధం 5 సంవత్సరాలు వస్తున్నాయి. ఆ పుస్తకం కూడా దయచేసి ఇంకా ముందుకు రావాలని మా మనవి. ప్రశాంతత గాంధీ ప్రయత్నిస్తున్నారు.
Dallas, yes.
Yeah. You were so nice in
Hardly 4 more books left to hit the half century mark. Who wanted to be the fortunate devotee to read the 50th book? Come forward. You can give it to your friends, neighbors, relatives to know about Vrindavan. Forest of Vrindavan.
आप जैसे लोग
We cannot wait quickly.
please kindly bless me. Please kindly bless me so that I can make sure kindly bless me on that. Please bless him to come to the devotional life.
Should you want to spray for your throat? Yeah? No, spray. Open the nose. Open the nose.
I didn't say so. It's what food?
That's my son Maharaj. We started teaching here in
ఇంకా 4 బుక్సే ఉన్నాయి. ఆలస్యం చేసిన ఆశామానం. ఇంకా 4 బుక్సే ఉన్నాయి.
16 Bhakti riches.
Who wanted to be the fortunate
16 Bhakti riches.
47th devotee to take the book? Come on, Mother.
16 Rath-yatra. We need your association, Maharaj. Please come again to Hyderabad. Yeah, I'll be in touch with your servant, Maharaj. My name is Jinananda. We wish to
One
host you
yatra
again.
with Maharaj.
We need one yatra.
Maharaj, from my
Not only for yourself, you can take it for your neighbors, relatives, friends.
very short. I keep telling my Prabhu I want to
Who wanted to
go.
go to Krishna
We need
consciousness.
some special.
So request all the devotees to not only take for themselves, they can take for your neighbors and friends also.
Thank you.
Back here, back there.
Thank you.
No, it's good. Thank you so much for everything.
He looked at all of us and said, "That's all you want."
We're starting Bhagavad Gita tomorrow. Given that,
ఎక్కడ బుక్ తీసుకోవాలి ఎక్కడ బుక్ తీసుకోవాలి ఎత్తున్నాడు కదా.
He used to inspire me.
So 49th book, who is going to take?
Maharaj is in Vrindavan.
Your daughter. She has a $1 million smile. It's such a that for you. What is your name? That's a pretty name. How old are you? 11. You look like angels. You have wings?
As I said, this book is not only meant for devotees, it is meant for their neighbors, it is meant for their friends, it is meant for their relatives. So not only take one book, kindly take 2 or 3 books. And one bumper offer already Rina Prabhu said, 10,000 3 free.
First satsang and first people also there.
Really?
Love your pictures, Vrindavan
Then 15 and 16 wonderful videos you can come here.
I watched everything, Maharaj. I watched all your God pictures.
And last year I went to
ఆలస్యం చేసిన ఆశాభంగం మంచి తరుణం మించిన దొరకదు దయచేసి ముందుకు రావాలని మా మనవి. ఇదే కాదు ఈ కుటుంబ సభ్యులకి మీ స్నేహితులకి మీ బంధువులకి అందరికీ వర్తిస్తుంది.